Hello and welcome to Andar Plays Victoria 2 as the United States of America. Here, as you can see, in the last episode, we had taken over Quebec. We've also taken over most of the territory associated with the Manifest Destiny. All of it excluding Arizona, which I used to live in, right up here near Page, Arizona, which should be on that river close to the border with Utah. There. Fun facts about me. Last episode we tried reorganizing the military, but then, Mexico declared war on us while we didn't have a military because I just deleted them all like an idiot. And we also lost our navy because I sent them on a suicide run at the Straits of Dover or around this area. And the British Navy messed them up. So, we have some rebuilding to do after many wars since the first episode. We've just been at war constantly. So let's demobilize, let's let all these troops get built, and let's see what happens. And, maybe mess around with taxes, maybe open up these factories and subsidize them, because we've kind of been neglecting our industry this whole time, and our education definitely needs to be brought back up. Let's get that to 100%. Have some good administration, maybe that's too much, bring that down to like 30, I don't know. What are numbers, And then we'll bring taxes down when we can. Max speed, go full all the way. Okay, another thing, now that I'm reminding myself, because these episodes are spaced a week apart when I film them, we have to increase our relations with the Russians, the Russian Empire, so that we can get Stuart's Icebox, which will give us Alaska. Also, we have to have nationalism and imperialism, which we'll get right on that in culture, state and government, nationalism, imperialism. And then we'll get more focuses, and we don't need to be encouraging soldiers anymore. Speaking of focuses, we have a clergyman shortage, I'm sure, if I remember correctly. Yes, we need 2% clergymen, which we have less than 2% clergymen. We need a smart population. Smart people are important people. That's just the way it is. We should also build more... I want more harbors, or naval bases, rather. It looks like these are all maxed out, though. The one in Long Island is not, but the one in Boston, Tampa, Puerto Rico, Havana. Nationalize that. I don't want 8 population's probably low, and I don't care. I'll take that militancy. Don't matter to me. Get 300 pounds for it. I don't want population Quebec to go down. Well, 5% is better than losing 20%. So we'll do that one. See, those taxes are so high because of the war effort, but now I'm just kind of using them to expand this stuff. We also have to do more research in Navy, because I've just been focusing on Army because of all the wars. And, we get negative research for that stuff and positive research for these things. So, but I want Alaska quick so that I can maybe sneak my way into the Yukon territory here. Take over Canada one piece at a time. Missed an opportunity to get Colombia, which is a puppet now, and the Northwest Territories. Usually you can sometimes sneak up there, but this was not that time. Alaska, or not Alaska, that's Alaska. This is Hawaii. The two non-contiguous states. We can get Hawaii here. We'll start influencing them, and when we have good influence with them, we will be able to annex them, and then colonize the Pacific, which is kind of what America should do, instead of worrying about Africa. But if an opportunity in Africa arises, maybe we should take that. Especially with Scandinavia, which, they're kind of tougher than just Denmark by itself, but still not a huge concern for America. Sometimes we'll get a casus belli for colonialism, which I usually use to take some piece of Africa, one of these little pieces, without taking all the infamy. But I am also having this dumb thing in my head of radical Monroe Doctrine, which is an aggressive Monroe Doctrine, I guess you should say, where we're actively removing European influence. might want to do something like take Greenland. Unfortunately, you can't take Greenland without taking Iceland, which, I think that'd be a little more excessive. This line here, that's the line. That's the sphere. But, whatever. If opportunities arise, we should take them, I believe. And we will not do the Trail of Tears. Just not going to do it. Have an army over here. Should take a look at. I'm almost feeling like I'm going to do the thing I did last episode and just delete them all and then rebuild them. Which is kind of a waste of money, if you think about it, and time. But this is just how my mind works. It's not a good mind, but it's the only one I have. So, let's get 10 guards. That'll be 30,000 troops right there. An engineer. 3 horses. Let's not do 3 horses. Let's do 2 horses and 2 artillery. I don't know. Sounds good enough to me. Yeah, we'll go with that. That'll be our standard 15 stack of troops. An engineer. 2 of these. And some crusaders. Alright. 5 of these coming out of New York. Alright, that will be a military for now. We'll have 3 stacks. Hopefully nothing bad happens in the next little bit. But we have some exotic fauna on the 16th of June. From the Congo Basin to the deepest fathoms of the Bengal, from the jungles of India to the coasts of Java, scientific taxonomy is making new advances daily. As the light of civilization spreads to even the darkest corners of the earth, the Creator's secrets are, little by little, being unraveled. Turn over any old rock in the colonies and you'll find yet another spectacular piece of miraculous fauna looking back at you, with at least one of its 15 eyes. New species of exotic fauna are being discovered in the colonies, and a suggestion has been proposed to establish a colonial museum of natural history. I mean, I don't really have colonies, unless you count the territories, which I'm not... I think all of these are proper states. Let's see. Yeah, I don't... What colony do I have? I guess Quebec is technically a colony in Ontario. Weird. There'll be states eventually. See, we already got 16% Yankee in Ontario. Or that little piece of Ontario, actually. Yeah, sounds fun. Sounds like a fine thing to do. A smart option. And the common law. In 1861, Oliver Wendell Holmes published The Common Law, a history of the common law tradition. In it, he asserted that law was not logical, but rather the will of the judge tempered by circumstances. Or, as its most famous maxim put it, the life of the law has not been logic but experience. It quickly became a classic, and Holmes was appointed to a professorship at Harvard the next year and was eventually made a justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. The publication of the common law signaled the rise of pragmatism among American intellectuals and presaged a growing distrust of moralism after the horrible slaughter of the Civil War. Alright, so going gets tough and you'll start losing your moralism, America. Huh? Fair weather religious people. Gain some prestige. I don't mean anything with what I just said. I'm just trying to be funny and it's not working. We're now cordial with Hawaii. We'll get there. The only U.S. state with a British flag in it. It does bother me a little bit. But I think it is Mississippi that has the Confederate flag in it still. I don't know. These are weird things. And when we get the peace ready with Mexico, we'll start influencing them again and maybe remove Britain this time for real so I can take Arizona and maybe, a little bit more. I enjoy taking Sonora because I think it looks nice on the map. I think it's pronounced Chihuahua, which maybe you know, that's the name of the dogs. Maybe the dogs come from there. I'm not sure. But hey, socialists are a thing. I think that activated last episode. And I must have noticed, but yeah. All pops in North Carolina become 15% more socialist, or 5% more socialist and more militant. I actually really like the socialist parties in these game, because you can control the industry, while I think I can somewhat control the industry with the conservative parties, a little bit here and there. I can't build factories, but if I had the reactionary parties, I could build the factories. The only problem is they don't like citizenship, and I like full citizenship. Also like the military, which is the only problem with the Socialist Party, is they're anti-military, so pros and cons to everything. The Communist Parties, on the other hand, there we go, now we're talking. Ha. Homestead Act will get... See, this is the great thing about America in this game, is you just get this huge bonus to immigration and assimilation, which makes you go from this country that has a good sizable population, nothing to... it's not the best population, but it's pretty big, and then at the end of it, you're just huge. So yeah, we'll definitely get this Homestead Act, and we will see the country grow dramatically. So we'll start encouraging socialism and communism in the country, and I think that is a fun direction to take the United States of America. Add to sphere, proceed. Less with the limited citizenship, please. Let's improve our relations with Britain, because I don't actually hate them. It was just kind of a misunderstanding about Mexico. And we'll encourage clergymen in Cuba, which already has 20% Yankee population in it. Which will even go faster now with the high assimilation rate. Encourage clergymen. Which, yeah. We're getting there. Looks like... Yeah, we're close to getting our 2%. Which is what we need. So we don't need to be encouraging it in Massachusetts. We don't need to be encouraging it in Georgia. Nor New England. Tennessee. Kentucky. And Indiana. And increase our relations with the Russians. Protectionism. Let's see here, I need to see the buildings. So we're still building those naval bases. State capitalism. Jingoism. I'll always encourage jingoism because we need that to get more war goals in wars. No limited citizenship. Let's get some of these guys separated. Come on, I want to select you. Go to Albany, I suppose. Now we have mission to civilize. Conservative and reactionary parties have won the election. Two-party system here, Democrats and Republicans. Simulated beautifully. Alright. So we were missing a horse here. Or cavalry is the proper term. Alright, and there we have U.S. Army 1. I think. Engineer there? Yes. Led by Samuel Jackson. He'll go on down to D.C. Should put a military naval I don't remember building it in Monterey. Usually I build it in San Francisco because that makes sense to me. But, yeah, I guess put a naval point over here so they don't just go around. Otherwise, they have to go all the way around here and up there, and then they might die on that trip until we build the Panama Canal, at least. Which, need to get the Dutch out of here. It seems they're trying to influence Colombia, and I can't have that. Alright, so let's think about the Navy a little bit. I would want more naval tech. Like, I don't really want to build this big Navy and then just have to rebuild it later. But that's what I gotta do, that's what I gotta do. Then we'll build a bunch of these. Well, hold on. I need... Let's see here. 15... steam transports at the very least. And some frigates, because frigate. We'll see how that goes. Alright, we're getting there. Getting our country back on track. We're slowly losing infamy. Which we were very close to being contained by some of these powers over here. Which, that would be unfortunate. Would have been, anyway. Patchy Wars. Keep increasing relations with Russia, because I keep forgetting about that. I like it to be 150 before I try the Steward's Icebox decision. I don't know if there's an actual, like, AI passing point for if they accept the sale of Alaska or not, but I think 150 sounds... If I were a video game developer, that's where I might end up putting it. And let's see here. Probably do not need to encourage clergymen anymore. We do not. So, I'm going to remove all these. And let's see what happens when we encourage... Do I want to encourage craftsmen? I think so. And if this doesn't work, I'll encourage capitalists. Try and get this industry on track, because we're ranked 7. I want to be number 1. Yeah, that looks good, I think. Get some more education efficiency. Suppose we can... The Newlands Resolution. Annex the Republic of Hawaii. The Public of Hawaii. Annex the Republic of Hawaii. Yeah. So that's done. Valley of the Kings. Let's see if Egypt's like us. Egypt likes us. They do. That's nice. So we get some prestige from that. Egypt likes us a little bit. That's nice. And Steward's Icebox. Russia accepts. Look at that. We don't have to declare war to get all this territory. It's right here. We need colonial negotiations for a more future colonization. Could put some influence into Egypt, maybe get the Panama Canal. That would be fun. Not that I really want it that bad, but it'd be a thing to pursue, potentially. These guys are on top of each other starving to death. That's not good. Alright. So, balance. Yes, that works perfectly. Go to Boston. Go to New York City, that is. The whole state is called New York. It'll be led by Cyrus. It'll be led by Richard. It'll be U.S. Army 2. And you'll be U.S. Army 3. And then we'll reorganize it again when we get tanks, basically. So now we have an acceptable school system. We'll get this literacy moving up. Soon enough, eventually, in time. Not much going on in the rest of the world. See, I don't want to lose population in Quebec. No, actually, I don't want Ontario and Quebec to be colonies. I would much rather have them as states. So I think what I need is bureaucrats in these territories. That'll increase our administration, I do believe. Yeah, current ratio is 0.24%. We need 1%. The population of Yankee or Dixie or any of those in these territories is not that. See, none in Quebec, but we do have some in Ontario, so we can at the very least get that. Increase our sphere in Egypt. Decrease opinion of the Netherlands. More socialists. And this navy's getting built. Probably build another army if we want. Let's see. Ten of those, one of these, two of these, and two of these. And they're about to go to war, Europe. Do we want to join in? Not really. But I like that France wants to acquire southwest England. That's funny. I don't think they'll be able to do it. Looks like Britain has a pretty good alliance going on. Or coalition. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go with research points and then get biologism, I suppose. And Serbia goes bankrupt. And we'll figure out what to do with all these taxes. Let's see, construction budget, we're still building a lot. I'll leave it like it is for now, until everything's done and built. Still building that naval base in Hawaii. I suppose we'll just keep an eye on this war, which, I don't know, this says they're doing well enough. Looks like France is actually doing a good job occupying the United Kingdom and the Ottoman Empire in here in Africa, but it looks like Austria is not doing that well against Prussia, and the Russians aren't doing that well against Prussia either. But maybe we, as the United States, weakened the United Kingdom enough to where they're gonna have problems from here on out. And we are losing money now. Didn't read that thing we just got. I thought it was colonial negotiations, but it is not. All right. Colonial policy debated. Colonies are making headlines in the USA again. Following fierce debate in the upper house, members of the opposition argued in favor of the reduction of the budget allotted to the colonial office. I like prestige, so I'll take those conservatives. They won't last that long. And now we have a U.S. Army 4. Which will be led by a new general. His name is George, and he's alright. Not the greatest general I've ever seen, but he's alright. Send him to Austin. Is Poland involved in that war? Okay, we got the Pinkertons. Maybe they declared war during Austrian weakness. Alright, the war's over. France did not get... Bulgaria is not independent, so I guess they lost. Or maybe they white-pieced out. United Kingdom is still fighting for Mexico, though. Weird. But what's Poland trying to do? Trying to get cores, I assume. Polish Liberate, yeah. We've been banned in Mexico. Unfortunate, but it happens. I don't think it's going to end well for Poland, then. It looks like Austrians are turning it around now that the war with the Crisis War is over. We should sign the Geneva Convention, I suppose. Yeah, we could lose more support for healthcare. And we will never abort that expedition. We need all the flowers in our great new museum. Some non-secret ballots. Open up the political process to everyone. And what else? And organic chemistry. Sure. Need to get some of these railroads going, too. This will be the U.S. Navy. Led by Adam. Well, I guess I'll take that infamy. Go with secularized. And Alaska becomes a state. Good. Is Hawaii a colony? Nope, they are a state. Expand a naval base there. Let's see, what other... Oh, Russia wants an alliance? That's kind of neat. I'll take that. Yeah. Russia and America being best friends. Other parts of this song. Something to do with the men's. Rhyming. There are your lyrics for the day. Alright. Kind of a constructive episode. rebuilding the nation, reconstruction, democracy's back on track. And General Cyrus Ewing is dead. I dedicate this episode to his memory. But not a whole lot happened. But you'll get that sometimes. My throat's starting to get kind of hurting. Starting to hurt, and I'm running out of things to say. So I'm going to end it here. Our army's rebuilt. Much like my resolve. So, till next time, thank you for watching.